Hi guys, let me introduce to you my teammates. Cheska Merculio, Cristina de la Cruz, Jedmay Matutino, Romina Guiyab, Heidi Mapalo, and lastly, Miss Lorene Joyce Tanora. Our first presenter, Miss Romina Guiyab.
Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 or RA 9003. An act providing for an ecological solid waste management program, creating the necessary institutional mechanisms, declaring certain prohibited acts. RA 9003 described solid waste management as a discipline associated with the control of generation, storage, collection, transfer, and transport processing and disposal of solid waste management.
Next is Miss Cristina de la Cruz. Take it away.
The Ecological Solid Waste Management Act No. 9003 of 2000 establishes a systematic, comprehensive, and environmentally friendly solid waste management program in the country. Its goal is to combine environmental conservation with economic objectives. Considering the community's change in perception on solid waste, it includes plans for waste reduction, volume reduction, resource recovery, usage, and disposal. So, what are the advantages and benefits of this Republic Act? Number 1, it keeps the environment clean and fresh. The most significant advantage of waste management is that it keeps the environment clean and tidy. These garbage disposal systems help keep people healthy since all waste generated are appropriately disposed of and handled. Number 2, it saves the earth and conserves energy. Recycling garbage helps to reduce the number of trees chopped. Number 3, it reduces the environmental pollution. Garbage management, when done properly, not only removes surrounding waste but also reduces the intensity of greenhouse gases such as methane and carbon monoxide that are generated from collected waste. Number 4, waste management will help you earn money. There are several businesses that will pay you for your garbage. All types of garbage are collected and compensated for, from old and used bottles to tin cans and e-waste. Number 5, it creates employment. A massive quantity of labor is required for all aspects of garbage management. Every stage of the process, from collection to segregation, necessitates the use of labor.
Our next presenter is Miss Heidi. Miss Heidi, please proceed.
Hi, I'm Heidi V. Mapalo from BS Abi 2-2 and I will discuss the disadvantages of the Republic Act 9003, also known as Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. Number 1. The process is not always cost-effective. Though it may pay cash to the contributors, the truth is this process needs a lot of money, time, and land to set up a plant and run. As the amount of waste that is being contributed to the waste product unit increases, so are the number of plants that process these resources. Setting up a huge factory obviously needs a lot of money, and this management will start fetching yields only in the long run. Number 2. The resultant product has a short life. This is also true since the resulting recycled product cannot be expected to have a durable quality, as the product itself has its origin from the remains of the other trash, waste products, and heaps of partially used ones. Number 3. The sites are often dangerous, as the waste management sites include the landfill's recycling units under its aegis. These sites are highly susceptible to fungal and bacterial growth, thereby leading to various diseases. It also causes widespread pollution and releases harmful chemicals. These chemicals, when mixed with drinking water or any other consumable item, pose a high amount of danger to human health. Number 4. The practices are not done uniformly. Still, a large scale of these waste management practices are done only as a small-scale process and is mostly confined to residential homes, schools, and colleges, and is not practiced in a uniform manner in large industries and conglomerates. Number 5. Waste management can cause more problems. Daily basis collection of garbage will make the streets look unpleasant and unhygienic, leaving excess debris on the streets to root up. Even after the successful completion of the final stage, many chemicals too will be left behind which needs to be properly and completely disposed. Also, in the areas where these management units are present, it is noticed that the groundwater gets affected.
Thank you, Miss Heidi. And let's proceed with Miss Jessica.
I'm Cheska Merculio and I will discuss the 5 R's guiding principles for reducing our waste. These are refuse, reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle. Refuse. This is the first and leading principle that tells us to refuse anything we don't really need, even if it's free. If you don't really need it, say no to knickknacks and other promotional freebies. Single-use items like utensils, cups, and foodware, and anything else that isn't truly essential in our lives. The first step to cutting down on our waste. Second is reduce. Reducing goes along with refusing, in terms of thinking about what is needed and cutting out what is not. Whenever possible, we can make choices to reduce the things we use, such as by bringing our own bags to the grocery store, our own water bottle to events, or our own cup to the coffee shop. The third is reuse. It's important to note that reuse comes before recycling, and this means that whenever possible, we should see if items can be repurposed. Reuse also means that instead of tossing something out, if it still has use or life left to it, even if we don't need it ourselves, we can donate it or give it to somebody who can continue to use it. Another is repurpose. If you can't refuse, reduce, or reuse a particular item, try repurposing it instead. It is a way to reduce waste and supplant new. Manufactured good is an element of micro-sustainability, which is a focus on small environmentally friendly actions that can add up to a larger environmental impact. And lastly, recycle. If we are unable to reuse items and they are recyclable, we can recycle them so the material is able to be converted into something new. While recycling is a way to extend the lifespan of a material, it's important to note that is a process that requires resources and energy, and some materials, like plastics, have a limited number of times they can be recycled before its quality is diminished and it can no longer be recycled. Those are the 5 R's that we need to bear in our mind, which are refuse, reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle to maintain an eco-friendly environment.
For our next presenter, Ms. May Matutino, go ahead.
Proper waste disposal involves committing to waste segregation. Before you dump all your old things and scraps to the bin, sort out materials that can be reused and recycled. The leftover waste can be sorted into organic waste, inorganic waste, non-recyclable material, and even compost that can be packaged and sold. These practices are aligned with environmental policies that the whole country is working towards. The benefits of proper waste disposal are gaining a lot of attention and awareness in homes and offices across the country. Adding your efforts to the list can only benefit you, your community, and the environment. Municipal solid waste management is considered to be one of the most serious environmental issues in the Philippines. The Republic Act No. 9003 provides the required policy framework, institutional mechanisms, and mandate to the local government units to achieve 25% waste reduction target through establishing an integrated solid waste management plan based on the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycling. Some of the good things that proper waste management provide are the following: keeps the environment clean and fresh, saves the earth and conserves energy, reduces environmental pollution. Waste management will help you earn money. And lastly, creates employment.
The impacts of the national mandate can be achieved if the LGUs have the high degree of political commitment, planning, and development of effective local strategies in a collaborative manner to meet with local conditions, partnership building with other stakeholders, capacity development, adequate financing and incentives, and in the close monitoring and evaluation of performance.
For the next topic, which place has the best waste management system? First in the list is Taguig. The first among them is Taguig in the Philippines, which became clean mainly by segregating waste at source and diverging it. A few years back, the city, a barangay or community of Metropolitan Manila, was known for its dump site, a vacant plot for heaps of mixed waste from its household, as well as those in its affluent neighbors landed. In order to address the increasing issue of solid waste, the city officials approached Mother Earth Foundation or MEF, a Filipino nonprofit, for assistance. The MEF or MEF trained barangay officials and project staff on waste analysis and characterization study or WACS and ecological solid waste management. It followed this by conducting an intensive information education, communication campaign, and finally setting up a materials recovery facility or MRF. This ordinance formally established the Barangay Ecological Solid Waste Management Program, mandating correct segregation, collection, recycling, and disposal, as well as an MRF site of the barangay. In 2014, the ordinances were updated to respond to new developments. This further helped the work on ground. Today, 95% of Taguig's households segregate their waste before it is collected. The city is now clean and free of litter and has shown remarkable progress in the fight against waste. If Taguig's fight to be clean, same with other barangay or city in the Philippines, like Potrero, Malabon City, and city of San Fernando, Pampanga, and more places, too many to mention. That's all. Thank you for listening. But to end this presentation, let me read you something. There is no such things as a way. When we throw anything away, it must go somewhere.